420. Just waiting on my good people over at Facebook to show up for us, man. We here though. Man, I hate Christmas. I ain't gonna say hate. But boy, everything got to do with Santa Claus, man. That ain't my dude, bro. Santa Claus, man, I don't know. Being from the neighborhood, we lived in the projects. We didn't even have no chimney. So it never rang. What you mean? Please. Oh, we got something to talk about. 420 somewhere. 5, 4, 3, 2. Well, welcome. Welcome to the Sohigho Gas Company, Sohigho Cannabis Show here at the Voice of Radio on a great Tuesday. You know, I'm always privileged to kick off the Tuesday Power Block over here at the Voice of Radio station, where at the Voice of Radio, if you didn't hear it here, it probably didn't happen. That's our little catchphrase around here. Once again, and always, I'd like to thank my main man, EP on the board, Voice of Radio president, always. And we always appreciate him giving us the opportunity to be on this platform. We do appreciate that. It's been an honor and our privilege to be here. And kicking off this Tuesday Power Block on a little snowy day up in here today, though, EP, but air is dry outside. We got some big legal news here in Ohio. Like, if you are 21 year and over, all of us really gonna be affected about really transportation of weed, and it's an element of the paraphernalia on the weed law here in Ohio that is gonna be affected. Senate Bill 56 passed the Senate today, about a couple hours ago. And it is headed to Mike DeWine's desk. And if we read through this bill, and I think I'm going to take our time to go ahead and log this in for the world so we could go ahead and see exactly what's going on with Senate Bill 56. It's really going to ban all hemp sales. So that's not a big deal because that ain't real weed. So nobody worry about them shutting down the gas stations, edibles, and things like that. But it is some people who do need that for medical use. And I hope you guys be able to find that. And you will. And let me tell you, with all of these laws that they doing here in Ohio, really the only thing that they really doing is messing with the market itself, because everybody's just going to go to Michigan and get what you want. All these restrictions they putting on, they trying to do that. It's kind of silly. So here's what Channel 8 is reporting. They passed a law today, and Senate Bill 56 passes 27-2 and will now head to Governor Mike DeWine's desk. The bill offers significant adjustments to Ohio recreational cannabis use law, including new legal charges for things like improper transportation. Oh, God. In 2023, 57% of voters, we voted to have this in. And in August 2024, they introduced Senate Bill 56 to push back because we, the people, told them what we wanted in that bill. And now they are in around it. Today, Tuesday, Democratic lawmakers urged Senate to vote no. Senator Bill DeMora, Democrat of Columbus, said that the bill changes to intoxicating hemp could harm the state's fastest growing beverage industry, that SB 56 passage will result in litigation over the matter Ohio's already voted on. That is specifically the THC beverages. So if you somebody that likes to go to the bar and enjoy your THC beverages, that right now, if he signs this bill, that is currently will be illegal. And let me tell you, the genie that they can't put back in the bottle is that bottle. They have manufactured so much THC drinks and got it promoted in bars and everything. They're not stopping that. You know, you got to think about where the money at and what they're doing. I doubt they're going to stop that. Those in favor of the bill, mainly Republicans, argue that Senate Bill 56 maintains the crux of Ohio's approved cannabis legislation. Once again, nobody asked those 20 mother people down there to supersede what the will of the people did. We voted on this money. The majority want rules, and now you want to go back and dice it up and tell me that's what I want, the crux of what we wanted. We didn't even get everything we wanted when it passed the first time. And for you to go back and mess around with it is just completely disingenuous. I will put a black glove on. Don't say that bullshit to my face because you lying through your teeth to say some bullshit. We have voted. We didn't ask you to go back and touch this bill. Nobody brought this bill up, but you people. We hadn't asked to put that on the referee as the people. We didn't. You guys doing that as your senators. I don't know why you Republicans want to do something like that because the people spoke already. And I thought that's what you people's about. But it's obviously not like that. Um, I agree with some parts of that. Senator Steve Huffman out of Tip City celebrated the bill for new protections like prohibiting advertisement toward children while continuing to allow recreational use in Ohio. And we all agree, don't nobody want their kids messed up on no weed, gummies, or any of that. We say that on this show every week that you can eat too many damn gummies. And I am against any kitty package and anything for that. I just don't think you psychologically developed enough to be messing with your chemistry. If the wine signs the bill, it will bring new legal concerns for some Ohio users. One change that could stop Ohio's from using gummies or edibles in public. There you go, EP. You can't eat gummies or edibles in a public space in threat of a minor misdemeanor charge. Currently, law treats smoking cannabis in public similarly to smoking tobacco products, so it's only permissible on private property with permission. Under Senate Bill 56, Ohio would be prohibited from knowingly consuming any adult use marijuana in a public place. Senate Bill 56 also says no public place can accommodate medical marijuana use by smoking, combusting, or vaping. You hear what I'm saying to you? Outdoor weed smoke is over. So that means in your car and all that. I don't know how that's going to affect Ohio because before they pass this law, it ain't a car you done roll by in Cleveland before the law, after the law, in the law. Go to the Browns game before the law. I've been going to the Browns game with my mother since I was a little kid, bro. And I remember being in the dog pound and looking up at her. She didn't know I was smoking weed already. And you know, at the Brown Stadium down there, they passed the beer down, the liquor down, and the joint down the line too. Puff, puff, pass. That's how long they were smoking weed in Cleveland. I don't know what they're going to do with such laws like that. So that's a weird one right there. That brings up the question, can you consume a gummy in public? That's something that was allowed under issue 2 that is no longer allowed potentially under SB 56. Jana Hydrova, Administrative Director of Ohio Drug Enforcement Agency and Public Center says, gummies are a type of edible marijuana product, a type of cannabis product that allows users to ingest marijuana without smoking or vaping it. According to state data, Ohio buys on an average of more than 2 million worth of edibles. Guess how many times, Eddie? EP. Each week. We buy $2 million worth of edibles each week in Ohio. If SB 56 prohibits all public use, Ohio who uses edibles in public could be fined up to $150. How they gonna know and how they gonna test you? I don't think they got that much enforcement underneath you. Under Senate Bill 56, Ohio would also limit marijuana paraphernalia. This is crazy. Would limit paraphernalia, which includes from devices used to smoke cannabis to the packages cannabis come in. Although current laws allow Ohio to own and use any paraphernalia, the bill will require the Division of Marijuana Control to specify which equipment could be used for recreational and medical use. Who in God's name needs to tell somebody how or what they could use their weed in? It's not like a dangerous subject. If you're gonna let us use it, they say, oh, you could use a pipe, but you can't use rolling papers. I don't know what you're talking about, man. What you could use a bomb, but you can't vaporizer, it is the lamest. It's the lamest thing on the book. If you got driving while under the influence or distracted driver on the book, it's no need for that. That's why I say you guys try to change all of these laws and never ask no real pothead what's going on. That's all it would take. You just need to just just talk to some people who smoke and who are adults who will help you out with this. This is still making the no sense. So medical marijuana products to be stored in the trunk of a car or behind the last upright seat if there's no trunk. That means Ohioans will be barred from keeping a weed vaporizer in a purse or gummies in a bag unless it's in the back of their car. What does that mean for buses? There's no such thing as a trunk. What does that mean if you're in a taxi? The bill also extends vehicle transportation charges to include marijuana paraphernalia, which must also be stored in the trunk or the last upright seat in the vehicle. Anyone found in violation of the transportation rules could be guilty of a minor misdemeanor, another fine of up to $150. At least they're not throwing the book at you. So if they catch your weed in the front seat and your paraphernalia, it's $150. Nobody got $150 to carry your weed around. That's like dumb. It's just dumb. What's the purpose of punishing somebody for carrying something that they legally bought around from a Ohio sanctioned dispensary? So that means you got to come out the dispensary, pop your trunk, and put your weed in the car. It's a dumb. Listen, dumb. Nobody. Only time you're gonna get busted for that is on a traffic stop. So don't get pulled over, everybody. Check your lights right now. Check your blinkers every third time you go to the gas station. Check your blinkers, check your lights, because you're going to have to put, if DeWine signs this bill, you are going to have to put your weed in the trunk. Listen to me, the bill, uh, other charges could bring heavier charges. Both current law and SB 56 allows Ohioans to grow up to 6 plants at their primary residence with a limit of 12 plants totaling at one home. Under Senate Bill 56, anyone who knowingly grows more than 12 plants per household or six per person can be charged with illegal cultivation of marijuana, which can range from a minor misdemeanor to felony charges. As under current law, landlords are allowed to prohibit smoking, combustion, or vaporizing marijuana in a lease agreement, which is upheld under Senate Bill 56. Initially, the bill would have made violating lease agreements prohibiting smoking marijuana a minor misdemeanor. Bullshit. But a version of that bill awaiting Senate approval removes the legal penalty. That's crazy, though. They was gonna say if you smoked in the house and your landlord could give you, that's like too much violation. He could throw you out, but I mean, goddamn, you got to go get a minor. You got to break the law. That's not breaking the law because that's not a violation of anybody's person. But that's what it says. Aside from the new penalties, SB 56 would adjust intoxicating hemp laws and add limitations to dispensaries. Oh man, we gotta dig into this. I don't know how y'all feel about this, man. Send me some chats, some texts on over on YouTube, and what y'all think about that over at Facebook, man. Tap in and let me know, man. It's like weird that I don't even understand why they going at the law like that. But as of right now, it has to go over on his desk. He probably gonna sign some form of it, but some of it just really makes no sense. Like, why would you? Some of the things is just you can't eat a gummy in public. Like that is the dumbest thing in the world. Like, what about people that they give medical marijuana to use for pain? It just makes no sense. So, can everybody that does a Benadryl, a Advil, or any other product over the counter or not, if you ingested it in your body, it should be illegal too. I don't know what is the purpose are they trying to say. If you think you can ingest enough to alter your thing, anything could do that to you. You can eat too many bananas, you can eat too many anything, and it'll make you sick, and then you'll have adverse effect to it. You can smoke too much, you can drink too much, and it's the same difference. I don't understand what the purpose is aimed at this bill. It just really makes it really makes nobody sense though. It's a lot in here. The paraphernalia part. They are going to tell you right now that if you are traveling with weed, I guess their aim for this is so you don't have a vape pen in the front. But can you distinguish a weed vape pen from a nicotine vape pen? The answer is no. I'll tell you right now, Senate Bill, all you senators down there who think y'all should tune in and say, no, you can't. Think about what y'all are talking about. What is the purpose of what are you trying to say that is a problem that need to be fixed, though? Like, and address straight to that. Don't go around the bill and all of this other stuff. Y'all look stupid, man. I mean, we here in Ohio, man. We are not that dumb. Do not be down there playing dumbass girl. You can play all the political games you want, but let's not try to like talk like we not intelligent here, man. What are you trying to get out of this bill? What are you trying to achieve here? And just make it be, just keep it straight to the bill. Like paraphernalia. If you're gonna let somebody have weed and then make them put the weed in the trunk, why do you care where the paraphernalia is? Why? If there's no weed in the fucking front of the car, why would you care about a paraphernalia charge? Like, why? If the weed is up there, then charge them with the paraphernalia like you used to do in the old days. Y'all remember that part that was on the law? If you had weed without no rolling papers, or without, if you had rolling papers without no tobacco, you would consider that paraphernalia, and you'll get the paraphernalia charge in Ohio has always been worse. That's what makes it so sickening. The paraphernalia charge used to get us the felony, and the weed charge was a misdemeanor, all while we grew up. Rolling papers got you in more trouble than having weed my whole life until they changed the law here in Ohio. And now you want to go back to something as archaic and stupid as you have to put the weed in the trunk or in the further seat behind you if you don't have a trunk. Like for really, man. And then we gotta like get pulled over. That mean the state, if you get that ticket, man, you getting the ticket anyway. If you getting that ticket, the jig is up any damn way, and they was gonna throw your ass in jail for something anyway. But I really don't understand it, man. I want somebody y'all to weigh in with me, man. Give me some likes and subscribes. Give me something in the chat, man. Tell me what y'all think about what's going on this. Man, my homegirl Kathy is on live. She just got off. I was about to get her EP. Miss Kathy, I thought she was on live for a second, boy. She wasn't, man. Shout out to my co-host too, man. Miss Kathy, Miss Mickey, baby boy, and my man EP on Hot Mess in the Evening, man. They be coming up after me, man. Y'all tap in and leave me some comments. Tap in to sohigho.com, SOHIGHO 216 at Gmail. And tell me what you're thinking about these weed laws, man. I mean, at least the fine is up to $150. If you got caught using edibles in public, you could be it makes no sense. Like, it's the dumbest thing. Who's gonna legislate gummies? I don't even care what packaging they come out. Who knows what it is between here and your mouth? Somebody gonna run up on you, and then how you gonna prove that? Like, I know for a fact that he was eating gummies. Even if you piss test me, when did you know that I eat gummies? Like, I mean, we are like silly over here. Like, come on, like, quit wasting grown people's time with this bullshit, man. Y'all gotta quit treating this shit like this. This is one of them dumbass things. You gotta like transfer paraphernalia need to go in the trunk. Why? All you gotta do is put the weed in the trunk. If ain't no weed, who gives a damn where the paraphernalia at? I don't care. At least you still could grow plants. But then it is some other parts to this too, because it was some parts that said you can't let me look at this other part because there was some parts on this bill that said you cannot uh have an exchange of weed between adults though. So that right there is some that right there might be a couple problems right there for sure. You know, the whole bill, I gotta read through the whole bill word by word and see what he's gonna sign. And I'm gonna get back to you guys and because it is a lot. Hopefully they release the money that's supposed to be getting. That's another thing. They probably earning so much interest off this weed money and not passing it back down to the people and the rehab centers and the schools that it was supposed to go to. And don't act like they ain't got to sit up there in the slush fund gaining Bitcoin dividends or whatever coin they use and to flip that money over. They flipping that money over. Who knows what they doing with it? But they collecting that tax revenue and they doing something with it. So it is some funniness about. I don't know. You know, it's just very hard for me to see why they just mess with that at all. It just really is. It's kind of like hard for me to really understand the purpose to going at these little things. We got distracted drivers on the book. So, you know, nobody complained about that. So we already, I don't know why paraphernalia. If your passenger is in the car smoking weed, who gives a shit? Like really. It already ain't no smoking in public places already. So it really don't make no difference. So I don't I don't know what else. Well, it's another part on here the tax revenue, public safety and use. The bill prohibits smoking, intoxicating, require advertiser to be at least 500 feet from school, churches, and mandates packaging that is not attracted to children. THC potency is reduced the maximum THC potency level for extracts to 70% and plant material to 35%, aligning with other states. So that's it. They tapping you out at 35%. I don't know what that means and who measuring that. And it's going to be a plus or minus 6%. So you'll be good up to 41%. That's pretty strong ass weed too. The bill has met with criticism for some Democrats and advocates who argue it undermines the will of the voters who approved the initial legislation. It's this one part in there that we got to like look about transferring person to person. Because I mean, the hustle might not be the hustle no more. The minor the bill removed several legal protection for adult marijuana consumers that mean individual could face consequences for legal use marijuana use in contexts like housing, professional licensing, or certain employment situations. It's just tightening it up. I don't even know why. So hopefully Mike DeWine give us all us potheads a gift and we'll get it together. So we got it like that. What's up with you, my man? Days one calling in, man. I'm on the show. Hey everybody. Yeah, what's good?